good morning, my people. What's up, world? It is Tuesday, October 7th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him all things is possible. Top of the morning to all my people out there moving in these streets, kids that are going to school that should be going straight to school with no skipping. Let's go straight to school, kids, and not worry our parents. Parents who are taking their kids to school, please get them there on time and get them there safe and do not rush because you are late. If you are late, that is your fault. For the parents who are going to work or just resting, coming home from work, wherever you are going, please arrive there safe. Courts, doctors, wherever you're going to, whatever business you have to handle, or if you don't have to handle any business, if you're just stepping out today because you need some fresh air, please be safe. I hope everybody's feeling appreciated, thankful, and blessed for seeing another day and knowing with Him all things is possible. What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. What's up to all my kings and queens? Everybody, happy Tuesday. Yes, yes, yes. We are in the seventh day of October. Peace to everybody out there. Today is a special day. Um, it's my son's 17th birthday. So I would like to give him a shout out. Sebastian McLean, who celebrating his 17th birthday. Happy birthday, baby boy. Happy birthday. Daddy loves you. Wish you many, many more. Um, we gonna get into it today about the word of the day. I don't think I ever touched on this word of the day, and I don't know if I did. I don't probably remember. I did a lot of my word of the days on Instagram, but we gonna talk about the word of the day. This word right here is a word that we all can relate to, and some of us can't relate to it because we don't know the definition of it. But the word of the day is trust. We're going to get into that because we all might have different definitions. We're going to get into that. All right, so let's get it going. For everybody who's been coming through here, who may be new, or anybody who's just coming through to check it out, newcomers, old comers, everybody, welcome to the No Doug Zone podcast, morning chop ups. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And don't be afraid to share the word to somebody that this is one of the best damn places to come to for the morning. All right, so let me see who we got up in here. Oh my God, I got all my ladies up in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Time out, time out, time out, time out. Because now I'm feeling important. I got all my ladies up in here. Got Miss Fields. I got May. I got the A man. Man, listen, man. Y'all got me feeling important. Appreciate y'all, sisters, man. Thank y'all. And I definitely will wish you many more. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I got my sisters in the building. That's crazy. It's funny that y'all ladies is here, right? I think I got one more lady missing, and that's my girl 12. I want you ladies, please, when you girls have time, when you have time, because I know you queens are you're busy. I do want to have and I've said this before, but for people who didn't hear, a ladies' night with No Doug Zone. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna have you ladies here. I would like to get it done, possible maybe if not next week, then the week after. So you ladies, let me know on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, right? Let me know what your times look like, your schedules, and yeah, we're gonna have to go on StreamYard to do it. I think StreamYard. I gotta see how many people it lets me get on there. I think I can get about 4 people on there, maybe six. I have to look. StreamYard be tripping, but we're gonna do that. I'll let y'all know. That'll be something major though. Um, there's a lot of words that we shy away from. There's a lot of words we stay away from, and there's a lot of words we run to for comfort because to me, words hurt. And then, like I said, sometimes words can comfort you. The one word that I'm iffy with, that I don't like going around, and I don't like it coming around me, is trust. Um, it's to me, it could be a disloyal word. It could be a word that doesn't give a fuck about anybody. It doesn't care about anybody. And the word trust doesn't care about who it hurts. You know, we always are in a situation when we're talking to a friend or somebody, and we go, yo, you don't trust me to do that? Come on, man. Who better to trust than me? Um, families, businesses, disagreements, whatever you want to call it, trust played a role in all that. And it caused so much heartache and pain in our families and our communities. We have seen constantly what it has done. For me, it's a word I really don't give a shit about. Um, I've had my run-ins with the word trust, and trust has had his run-ins with me. Um, because of what I've been through in my life and some of the things I've had experienced, um, I had learned, and which I'm still learning, is that the word trust doesn't really mean too much to me. I guess it's because how my mind is set up and the stuff that I experienced and stuff that I've been around, what it made me do that. Um, Relationships, I always was trying to get some trust out of it. Never went the way I wanted it to go or the way I felt like it should have went. So then I find myself in situations where I'm like, okay, here we go, another fucked up relationship. How many more are you gonna keep going for? Because I had put my trust in somebody and they turned around and gave me their ass to kiss. Um, which that that happens. Um, y'all ever had a best friend that it's your best friend, and I talked about this before, how you put your trust in them. Um, you put your faith in them and they turn around and disown you. You trusted them to do right by you, and they didn't do that. So that puts you in a tough situation, right? Tough predicament to make a decision that I can no longer trust you or be around you anymore. So, this friendship is over. Um, it started out with me with trusting in God, right? Um, I've heard so many people say trust in the Lord. You walk in courtrooms and they got that sign up that says, "In God we trust," which I think for the court, for the system, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because the only thing that the courts trust and can guarantee is putting your black ass behind bars for the rest of your life. Or making you or have you in jail for something you shouldn't even what you should have did a couple of months for, you might have got 5 years for. So how can I trust in anything? How can I trust in the system? Not to say that you should be out there doing any bad stuff, but how can I trust in y'all? for me, it started out, as I got older, right? When people says, trust in God, and I go, that's pretty impossible for me to do at the time because I'm like, I got a sister that was murdered on Christmas of 1991. A year and a half later, my mother had died. I had to witness her death in front of my eyes, me and my younger brother at the time, because I have another brother. So me and my younger brother at the time had to witness that, witnessing my father getting remarried. Life was just not being no good to me. And, you know, I was like, this can't be life. There's got to be a better way. Is this how my life is going to be? But, we all are responsible for how our lives turn out. But just for me, I started having zero fucks. And even though there was a point in my life I could have just changed everything and became a graduate out of high school and went on to have my MBA dreams and whatever, that was all out the window for me. Yeah, Vay, it happens, Vay. It happens. Appreciate you. So you start going through all this different stuff in life and you start saying, and you heard people say it, I don't trust anybody or anything. But you got to trust somebody. Well, it's kind of hard to say you have to trust somebody when you put your trust just in about anything. If you can't trust God, who can you trust? And I had to start realizing that you're going to have to trust somebody. Thank you. Vay, that's not something I ever got over. It happened. I was 8 years old and I was probably about 9.5, 10 when my mother died. So it was back to back death. So you basically could say 1991 and 1993. Yeah, yeah. So it's about the timing for that's right. Yeah, it's about right. July '93 for my mom's, and December '91 for my sister. Um, but I started having this, which I still have today a little bit, but I'm trying to work with it. Is the trust because, like I said, you go in court, they got that sign, "In God We Trust." It ain't God I don't trust. It's the system. So when I see that up in courtrooms, it don't really move me. So as I got older, when I got away from my parents, excuse me, my father, and I wanted to go be on my own, and I started living. I moved back to the projects, and I lived with my sister. Um, I had to put my trust in her, but it wasn't much I could trust with her. I don't want to say she failed me, but it is what it is. Then you start getting around these neighborhoods with these kids that you like. If we live in the same neighborhood, we should be able to trust each other. We all live here. We go to school together. We all go to the same stores. We all hang in the same park. After a while, the trust wasn't the trust with them, where I had to watch them from the side eye. My majority of my life, I probably survived, or all this time I've been surviving off trusting my own instincts because I had to realize people are not who they say they are. Family is not who they say they are. Um, I think I really lost my mind when I ended up in court fighting a custody battle for my kids. Something that you think you would never have to face because you don't bring kids into this world to have them snatched from you. But it happened. So now You're putting your trust and your faith into the system, hoping that, hey, man, y'all see what kind of parent I am. I'm not as bad as they're trying to paint this picture to make me seem like I am. Damn it, just let me have my kids, because every child should not only have their mother, but the father. Because they taught y'all years ago that the man doesn't even belong in the house. Get him up out of here. You want to be on welfare? Get him up out of here. You want this? Get him up out of here. So when it didn't go the way that it should have went, after the system makes you go through all this and all that, you want your kids, you go through this, you go that, you go here, you take these classes, that classes, and for you to do all that and to turn around and for them to still not give them to you, it's crazy. So I don't want to get off sidetrack, so I want you to stay with me, ladies. I want everybody to just stay with me for a second, and I'm gonna land my plane. Just bear with me, because this is always the hardest times to talk about this, but y'all can relate, or you know somebody who went through it. The worst thing that can happen to you is that when you put your trust not in just to somebody, but the system, the people who are the higher power that run things, and when you turn around and after you put your trust into them, and for you to turn around and get jerked is the worst thing in the world. And it's crazy, right? Because somebody will say, yo, man, you ever think about having any more kids? No. Why? Well, there's a busload of reasons why I don't. The first one is I was traumatized. Not today, I see you. I was traumatized because of what the system. Now, y'all can sit there and say, that's no excuse. It's not about if it's an excuse. That's what happened. And if we not careful, um, that word trust will put us in a place, in a space where we'll just flip out on everybody for what's something that we're going through, and they have no reason why you're going through what you're going through, but because of how we are, we'll take it out on everybody. Right? Co-workers, your family, your friends. Hell, you might take it out on your own kids. But when that happened to me, I put my middle finger up to the system and I said, oh, yo, this is what y'all gonna do to me? After telling me to do this, I trust y'all to do what it is that y'all was supposed to do, just like I trust myself, to do what it was I was supposed to do. And this is what I get at the end. But even after going through that, right, the older I got up into the age I am now, the word trust is almost like the word trust is almost living with that uncomfortable family member you don't want to be around. Yes, I hate that. Yeah, people don't want to admit nothing is wrong because, like I told you before, Bay, I believe I said that people are going to act like everything is okay. Because people don't mind being in your business as long as you don't know what their business is. And nowadays, you can't even trust people to tell them your business because they're only going to hold it for so long until they get mad at you. And next thing you know, the whole community knows. And you trusted that person not to say anything. Listen, check it out. It's like this, right? You know how many fighters and coaches I know that they'll tell me something personal. It ain't my job to go blur it out because they're trusting in me. Because it's kind of hard to trust the media. It's kind of hard to trust the media because everybody wants to put out a fucking story to make them look good. But when you tell me something, it's going to be between me and you. It's not my job to go blur it out because I'm looking for a story or I'm looking for some likes and clicks. If you tell me something, Vay, and you go, hey, McLean, you keep this between me and you, or no duck, you keep this between me and you. And I go, all right, Vay, what happened? And you tell me something, that stays between me and you, Vay. If it ever gets out to the public, Vay, you said something to somebody who couldn't hold their shit. Because believe me, it didn't come from me. But that's where trust starts. Because when you open up your mouth to tell somebody something, obviously there's some trust there. There's some trust there. And when somebody violates that, there's no coming back from it. So I've went majority of my life. And even now, I know how to, the thing is, I know how to control the trust word a little better. I know how to control it because I'm not going to just jump out there and go, yeah, I trust you. No, it's like I was saying the other day about my brand and No Duck Zone. I don't trust anybody with my brand. I don't just trust you with it for what? Because you telling me all these things you can do for me? That sound good. You could just be telling me anything. You could just tell me anything. So lives, families, friendships have been destroyed because of trust. Look at all these drug dealers and gang members, right? When they get into something, right? You with your homeboys, you like, we trust us. That's why we all together. We can't do no wrong. We gonna be like this forever, right? Long as we stick to the code, we good. But then what happens when somebody gets caught? And when you got to deal with a whole different type of gang like the feds, the FBI, and they on your back. And now they're telling you, man, you can get 100 years for this. You want to be in there 100 years for this guy? Hey, come on, man, give us what we need and we'll make sure that you don't do that much time, or we'll stick you in a place where nobody will know where you are. You'll live like a regular Joe. Now here it is, this your man that you played in the dirt with. Y'all mothers know each other, right? Your mothers go to the same church, your grandmothers, all that. All that loyalty shit changes all right there in that moment. All trust changes in one moment because you don't know how to handle the pressure and you're in a situation that, hey, shit, either I could just be loyal and go do the 100 years for this dude, or I could just make it easy for myself. I mean, I love you, bro, but I ain't about to do 100 years for you. So now you give them up. Where was the trust in that? I'm not saying he should go do the 100 years. I'm asking, where's the trust in that? If you look at all these stories when they're talking about drug dealers and gang members and all that, and at the end somebody flips, become an informant. I trusted this dude. The whole time he was coming around me wired and tapped. This is some bullshit. It's a sticky situation, right? Trust is a sticky word that really don't care about sticking to nobody. It really doesn't. Trust picks and choose. The word trust picks and choose. The word trust picks and choose who it wants to be attached to. It does. Trust picks and choose who it wants to be around, who it wants to be attached to. You ever seen somebody and you go, I don't know, it don't look like I can trust this dude. And you know whenever you got to say that, then you already know not to go ahead and play with that person. One thing about me, even now, I never want to be in a situation where I got to figure out if I can trust you. If I can't, and trusting, they always say if you know the person, you ain't got to trust them. But that may not necessarily be true, because knowing you doesn't mean that I know you, if you get what I'm saying. Smash that like button, y'all. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes all the way up. You can relate to this. Let's get these likes up. Because, like I just told you, I just broke it down to you. Guys know each other 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah, you know, I know of you. I know of you. So at any minute, any moment, you can flip the script on me. It's scary. And trust has, like I said, have came and disturbed a lot of families. I just told you, you put your trust in the system to do right by you. What do you get out of that? But the system is who we supposed to trust, right? That's who we supposed to trust. And look how that turns out. Some people would love to put their trust in God, but because the miracles are not working or something's not moving fast enough for them, and they go, man, I can't put my trust in no God. He ain't doing nothing for me. What? So I don't have time for that. I don't need God. I need a miracle. Josh Sanders, what's up? It's a lot of shit that comes with it. Trust is a very disgusting word sometimes. But I learned more and more that before you could put trust in anybody, you're going to have to put trust in yourself, because that's the word for the day. Trust. You're going to have to put trust in yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, oh, it's over. You can't tell me that you don't trust yourself, but you trust somebody else. I mean, you can sit there and say, yeah, I don't trust myself to do that. You go ahead and do it. And it depends on what type of situation you're talking about. But we also got to stop depending on or leaning on other people to take care of certain shit, because you're going to have to, at some point, trust yourself to do stuff. Believe in yourself. Guide yourself. Versus leaning on somebody else. Yeah, it'd be like that, Josh. The word of the day is trust. Not just in relationships. You got to trust your spouse, your co-worker, your family members. Trust your kids to go to school and do the right thing. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think sometimes we take the word trust and we go too far with it. Because then we start putting our trust in shit that we shouldn't have been putting our trust in the first place. Good looking, Josh. Appreciate you. 17. God damn it, I'm getting old. Swear I am. I got one 17 and my other one will be 18 November 9th. Jesus Christ. Do I trust myself to have more kids? Hell to the no. Uh-uh. The No Duck Zone shop is closed. Um, so we have to watch what we put our trust in. We put our trust in too much shit. And then we don't get what we want out of it, and now we're upset. You shouldn't have invested into that. You shouldn't have put your trust in that. For what? Yeah, Faye. No Duck Zone shop is closed. I'll be 43. I don't want to wake up no more changing no more Pampers. No. 40 something years old, you should be out enjoying life. Not changing Pampers. God damn it. But so how do I juggle with the word trust? Well, I had to learn more spiritually to put all my trust and faith in God. Now, before it wasn't none of that. No, she ain't glad to hear that. She ain't glad to hear that, babe. She ain't glad to hear that. My wife will be 51 next week. She ain't glad to hear that. She want kids. She already has a son, but she wants one with me. She wants a baby with me. And I'm like, look now, I don't know about you, but I'm not finna be where I got a broken up back and all this shit. When these kids get ready to go to high school, my ass is too old to be running behind them. And you know how these kids are. When they get to a certain age, they think that they can whoop your ass. You got parents who waited too late to become parents. Now I see why a lot of them become parents at a young age. But when you get to a certain age, these kids think that they can whoop your ass. And trust me, it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna be the one that's gonna get your ass whipped. Trust. I realize it's impossible to trust anyone on the earth. Yeah, you got guys, right, that put their trust more into their homies than they do their own wives or girlfriends, knowing that she's the one who's gonna stand by you. I mean, let's be real, man. We got women who's went to prison, right, behind something they do did. Jay Bills, what's up? We had women who went to jail behind something that they man did. And she, not saying it was right, but she loved them that much where she's went to prison behind. You got a lot of these dudes that value more into their homies than they ladies at home. I don't understand that shit. Now, there's a few women out there that might have flipped on they man because women, they it's a little, some of them are a little more easier to scare. But it's crazy because you dudes trust your homies more than you trust your wife, your lady at home. You got kids, but you out here trying to be loyal to a whole bunch of dudes that'll flip on you because you putting your trust in them. But in any moment, they'll flip on your ass. Now, as soon as you hear that they flipped on you, now you ready to put a hit out on them. Got to be careful how you dangle with that word trust. Because trust me, that's friendship you think you got, that don't mean shit. Because when the tables turn, everything that you ever thought you had with that person is going to come out to the front street. You know how you put your garbage in front of your house, wherever you live at, you have to put your garbage out so the garbage man can come get you? That's what they do with the friendship. Throw your ass out there and let the boys come and get you. Because you thought we had trust. That shit's scary. It's scary. You out here doing some dirt, right? And your mother loves you and it's her job to protect your safety and all. But shit, you on the run and you went to go do something, you in the house, shit, the moms go ahead and make the call as soon as you go to sleep. Yeah, he here, come get him. You like, wait a minute, man. It's my mom's. Trust my moms to do right by me. Why the fuck would she give me up? What you want mom do too? Because they'll take her ass down too. See, when it comes to this word trust, we gotta stop thinking it means the same things. There's different reasons to use the word trust. But if we're not careful how we play with that shit, or how we use it, I should say, because you can't play with it, because playing with it is what gets you in a situation that you're in. But if you're not careful how you use it and who you use it around, you're going to find yourself in a situation that your ass can't get out of. Because you can't trust the system. It's hard for you to trust certain family members, co-workers. You can have a nice job, right? Have a disagreement with a supervisor or manager or whatever. And sometimes the person that you think is the one firing you, it's not. It'd be the other motherfucker you like, yo, I trusted you, dog. And really? I thought we was cool. Ain't no shook hands in this in this trust word. There's no shake hands in this shit. Trust doesn't give a fuck about anybody. And trust will flip on you at any minute. Now, is it somebody that we're going to have to put our faith in? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we all going to have to put our faith in somebody. There is somebody we're going to have to holler at. Especially when you're trying to accomplish something, you're going to need some muscle. Of course, you're going to need some muscle. We all need somebody that can direct us somewhere. But you better be careful how you play with that word trust. It's a dangerous word. Dangerous. It's dangerous word. It's very dangerous. Now, some of y'all can say, yo, you might be doing a shit. Believe me, I'm not doing too much. Just look around. How many people you know are in prison, not just for behind what they did because somebody that they trust told on them. Check this out, right? Check this out. Miss Knight, what's up? You'll have dudes in their neighborhood all day. My community, my block. I trust my block, my community. Cool, but it's the same community that will rat you out and that will give you up. They might not do it right then and there while you out. They might not rat you out right then and there while you out. I mean, while you out. But as soon as you go in and they know that the system got you, oh yeah. They're gonna rat you out because a lot of them never gave a fuck about you in the first place. But you think because you have took care of the community, you have done turkey drives, you done did all this, man, they don't give a shit. Man, I trust people in my community to do the right thing. I don't know why the hell you did that. Be careful with that word trust. They'll give you up. That's the when you think building some. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Today, I've seen it happen. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I got a homie I used to kick it with, and we have been cool since the '90s, right? Probably like I'll probably say maybe '99, 2000. So anyway, um, I had this girl, and I was kicking it with her, and I was building with her. She had a son. Now, mind you, I told you about the trust thing. I'm building with her, right? And so it was a situation that me and her had got into. I got my actions first before I trust. Trust you. That's a fact. So I get with her and I'm building with her. We got into something one day, so I went outside with old boy and the girl that was cool with my ex at the time. I said something that should have stayed not so much in the circle because her loyalty is not towards me. It's towards my ex. But I was expecting him not to say nothing. But you know what his bitch ass did? He went back and he said something because he felt like he had to have some loyalty towards old girl because he was dating her friend. And I'm like, why would you do that? If she wanted to know what I said, you should have told her, go ask him. It's not my job to go tell you what he said because my loyalty is not to you, it's towards him. Bitch shit that he did. And you know, and still to this day, homie don't think that he's wrong. And I forgot. I think it was Juve. It was one of y'all. It was one of y'all that said, yeah, it was Herb shit. It was one of y'all that said the other day that when people do that, they already have tensions on doing some bad shit. But when he did it though, I was like, so you threw our friendship away for this, homie? Really? Like I could bust your right now, but it's like, what is that gonna do? It's not gonna change what you did. But that hurt me the most. Cause I'm like, dog, we've been through we didn't got into fights with people. We didn't damn near got jumped together. You understand what I'm saying? And it was crazy. Yeah, it wasn't Juve. It was somebody else that mentioned something on there. I thought it was you. But I didn't understand that. So I went through these different situations where I'm like, damn, who can you trust? Every woman I got with, it was almost the same shit. And I never understood it. So even when I got with my wife, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can trust this situation, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open. And even with now, not with me and her though, but even with now in situations, my thinking is much better than what it is, you know, than it was then. Like me and homie, you know what's so crazy, y'all? I went to homie apologizing for some shit I ain't should have never apologized for. And I'm like, I ain't even do nothing. But you know how they say you be the bigger man in a situation? Somebody got to be the bigger man in a situation. Okay, I guess I'll do it because I see your punk ass ain't gonna do it. So I'll go do it. And the dude tried to act like I owed, like he's accepting, yeah, he's accepting the apology as if, you know, it's all right, shit happens. But when I realized he didn't want to take no responsibility in what he did, I left him alone. You know what, Vay? I wanted to see, I wanted to break the ice, Vay, not because I was wrong, but I wanted to see what his response was going to be. When I saw what his response was going to be, I said, "Oh, you bitch ass." Oh, I left it alone. That was COVID. That was in 2020. Mind you, when the shit started, when the shit started with me and him, I think that was 2015. So it was like, okay, you ain't hollered at. All right, cool. We gonna leave it where it's at before I hurt you. That's horrible. That's a bitch move. Yeah, it is. It is night. It was. And I remember telling my sister, I remember even telling my son's mother at the time, and she was like, all that shit that you did for him. I remember one time, him and his son's mother at the time needed somewhere to stay. They couldn't stay with us because we had a 1 bedroom, and I had my son that was just born. So with my wife, oh, never that. So my son's mother at the time put them up in a hotel. Cause she was like, you know, until they can figure out what they're gonna do, if they're gonna go to a family shelter, let's just go ahead and pay for them to be in the hotel for at least 4 or 5 nights where they could sleep comfortable. This is what we did. This is what we did. Luckily, my son's mother was a very confident person, and she doesn't like to see anybody out in the streets because she's been out in the streets. So she knows what that feels like. But there's nothing that that dude ever did for me. Never, nothing. But the trust right there, I was like, okay, cool, sucker. So even if me and him seeing each other now, right, it wouldn't be nothing physical, but it'd be like, yeah, all right, it'll never be no reunions. See, because once somebody loses your trust, there's no coming back from that. And then that's when the whole forgive, but don't forget. I can't forgive you because I can't forget what happened. So therefore, you go your way, I'll go my way. I don't wish anything bad for you. I don't wish you dead. I don't wish nothing happened to you. Hey, even with me not fucking with you no more, I still want you to be able to be out there taking care of your family And best of luck to you, because you don't wish death or anything bad on anybody, because there's no coming back from that. But far as us ever being in the same space, the same place, absolutely not. Of course, he was jealous of me, babe, because I was making a lot of moves he couldn't make. But the biggest mistake that I made, fellas, if you in here, fellas, and you can relate to this, ladies, you can relate to this too, because I'm about to flip it, ladies. I want the ladies to listen. We have to be careful who we bring around somebody that we're dealing with. I had to learn that I couldn't bring dudes around my ladies. I had to realize that. Ladies, there's going to be some friends you can't bring around your dude. There's going to be some people, ladies, you can't bring your dude. You just can't do it. Because either she going to be giving your dude the side eye, or if you tell your girl something and you and dude happen to break up, when she see him, she gonna tell him exactly what you said. Let you and her not be cool no more. Now she trying to make her move on him. Now, even if you're not cool with somebody no more, that doesn't give them the right to violate your space and your peace. That's what we doing. So I had to learn. Right now, my household right now, I don't bring no dudes here. The only dude that's probably stepped foot in this house was my mentor. I don't have to worry about him. As far as a regular dude, can't no dude come up here and be like, yo, I'm gonna go to the crib and I'm gonna wait with wifey for you to get home. Man, I'll beat your ass. It ain't happening, homie. I should have around my dogs. I would have never thought they. It happens, Josh. It happens. Yeah, she wants to sleep with him too. People will be jealous of what you have, and you don't even have much. But people just look at the little things. They'll look at the outfit. They'll look at your face. You might be a little more cuter, a little more beautiful. It's something about you that they want a piece of what you got. And you're saying, I don't have much. So what is it that I have that you want, that you desire so much? And what the fuck does that got to do with us breaking our trust? And it's foul, man. It's foul and it stinks. It's like everybody has a reason to be around you until they don't have a reason to be around you anymore. That shit stinks. And it pisses me off to the high level of pistivity when I see goofy ass shit like that. And I go, yo, you start thinking about everything you went through with this person. You experienced that before? Ain't that shit crazy though, bro? Ain't that crazy? The shit is crazy. And you don't want to hurt the person. Check this out, bro. You don't want to hurt the person physically because you like, yo, if you's a dude on the street, I'll break your goddamn neck. You better be lucky your mama know my mama. You better be lucky. Seafood, what's up? People will do that. People will do that. Where you start questioning like, yo, this is what we doing? Trust is a motherfucker, boy. It is a motherfucker. You got to question somebody that you call your dog, your girl. Yo, that's my bitch, man. You know, Me and her been, you know, me and her been cool for, you know how y'all women, some of y'all women are, for the ones who use that, man, that's my bitch. We've been cool for 25 years. I would have never thought she'd have did that to me. I used to take her daughter and watch her daughter. When she had to go to work or go to school or go to the welfare program, I was watching her kids for her while she was going to handle her business. When she needed a couple of dollars, I gave it to her. When I got my food stamps, I broke her off. When she needed her nails done, her feet done, we made it possible to happen. And that's what you do to me? Kind of shit is that, fellas? Yo, I stopped him from getting on the bus or walking to work. I drove homie to work. I gave him a couple dollars. I even hooked him up with a job. I gave dude a job. Okay. So I wasn't the perfect person. I gave him some drugs to sell so he can get a couple dollars in his pocket. I know that's not the right thing to do, but I thought I was looking out for him. I trusted him. And that's how the fuck you repay me? Jealous of you, want to be you. But Vay, you know, let me tell you something, Vay. I don't have nothing in life but life. I have a beautiful wife. I'm living, I'm breathing. I never look at somebody else's life and value it. I compliment them on their life, but I don't want your shit, and I ain't jealous of you. For anything, if I look at what you got, Vay, I go, you know what? Damn, no zone, you gotta step your game up. And that's all it is. I'm gonna go step my game up. What Miss Nice said? It's disgusting. Yeah, it is. And guess what? Come to find out, the homeboy I told you I was cool with ended up sleeping with my ex. Now, how disgusting is that? Right? How disgusting is that? And that was something that she admitted to me. She tried to say it's nobody you know. Bullshit. That's all I want to do is let. Yeah, babe. She ended up sleeping with him, right? Though she was gonna get me back after that. Man, get the fuck out of my face. Go be with him. Y'all remember that 20/80 rule and why did I get married? I told her, go be with your 20. He's not even a 20. Homie's a 5. Because he didn't have shit. You know, I could have, you know what? Trust can make you crashed out if you're not careful. Yeah, everything, it's not, right? Trust can make you crash out if you ain't careful, right? Because you'll be so upset and so caught up in your feelings that the first response, they always say go with your first feeling. That's not BBO. I see you, my brother. That's not always true. You want to be careful with how you respond to something because our feelings and our emotions get the best of us. Like y'all ain't never seen somebody that y'all was like, yo, you stop being cool with them. So when you see them, you like, I should beat your ass. But you lucky I love you. And it's crazy. After what you did, I still got love for you. But I'm telling you, I should give it to you right here in front of everybody. Embarrass your ass. But then that doesn't change what they did. You can beat them up and put hands on them, but it don't change what they did. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what y'all said. And she had a baby with. Yeah, listen. Yeah, so All that I just said I've been through and all the shit that I experienced, and I experienced it with other people. I experienced it with other people, and I go, yo, that's crazy. Why would you do that? We live in a world where a lot of times that trust shit don't mean nothing, bro. I told you when y'all all go to court, and I'm sure this is in every court all over America, when they have that "in God we trust." Yeah, I trust in God. I don't trust in the damn courts. They part of the system. I don't trust in them. We supposed to trust in them to do right by us. Hopefully, whatever happens, we get our justice. We get justice. So when I walk in there, I'm like, I got to put my faith and my trust in God. I don't trust them. I'll be damned if I trust them. Trusting them is what got me traumatized now. You know how fucked up it is to be traumatized? To be a grown person, to be traumatized? That shit is scary. Y'all stupid down there. I see y'all. Smash that like button, y'all. Get these likes up. So, from reading the comments and from listening to all y'all, every single last one of y'all have been through something where you had to look at somebody from the side eye. You come out your house, you come out your apartment, whatever you live in, and you got to look at somebody from the side eye. Somebody that you was cool with, and you got to go, here this bitch go. Look at her. I'm the reason why she dressed the way she dressed. I'm the one that put her on to how to dress. Because before that, her raggedy ass didn't know how to dress. She never knew how to talk to a man. She didn't know how to do anything. I helped her with that. Huh? For real. It's disgusting. Uh, you know what, Miss Knight? Yeah, jealous is everywhere. You know what? You know what, Miss Knight? Let me tell you something. That's something that she had to live with. I'm cool because I'm living a beautiful. I don't have everything I want in life, but I'm Gucci. But I had to learn that maybe if I had not brought him to the house or started bringing him around, but that's your homeboy. You're not thinking nothing of it. At least at the moment, I'm not. But then I thought about if I'd have never brought him around and I would have just kept his ass away. Not to say we'd have still been together today, because there was a flip side behind that of why I really left her. Why I left her had nothing to do with him. It had something to do with way after that. But had I not brought him around, period, things would have turned out different. See, when you're in a relationship and you start bringing friends around and you figure, hey, we all chilling. We could play cards, we could smoke, we could drink, we all could go to the club together, we can go bowling, we can go shoot pool. It don't always end that way. It doesn't always end up being that way. Because somebody at that table wants to fuck somebody. Oops, I'm sorry, I said too much. Somebody's scheming on somebody. Somebody's scheming on somebody. You just don't know it because you blind. And you trust these people that you're around. Why should I have to look at anybody from the side eye? I'm around people that love me, that I love them, and we all good. But you don't know something is being cooked up right now. You just don't know. Something's being cooked up. There's a recipe for this shit, and it's called disaster. And it's sad. It is. It's so sad, man. And this is not just about relationships. This is about this being the word of the day: trust. It is scary. I deal I deal with the word trust the way I want to deal with it because everything is not trusting. But when we look at people, when we look at other black folks and we go, we should be able to trust them. They look just like us. Hell no, that ain't the case. Hell to the no. Well, you won't trust him, but you go trust the white man. Man, I don't trust no goddamn man till they can prove to me what they're about. Because color don't got nothing to do with it. You got to prove to me what you about. Because other than that, I could look at a black man and a white man standing next to each other and give both of them the middle finger and tell them both to get the hell out of my face. I don't trust neither one of you goofies. It ain't got nothing to do with color. It ain't got nothing to do with sexuality. It's about doing right by me and I'll do right by you. Color has nothing to do with it. Sexualities don't have nothing to do with it. Are you going to do right by me? Because that's the only way I'm going to do right by. If you think I'm going to do right by you and you ain't doing right by me, that shit ain't happening, man. You can go ahead and go kick rocks. Be careful on how you use the word trust and who you use it around. Who are you using it for? Because you're not going to get that same love and respect in return. You can't trust your partner. It's all about actions. Yeah. Well, thank God, Jay, I got my wife that I can, you know, thank God, you know, and I don't want to be bragging, but just thank God that I got a wife that I don't have to worry about that. It's all good. She's not perfect, but neither is my black ass. But together, we're good for each other. She's the first thing in a long time that I was able to be around that I could say, thank God I got somebody that can understand me, can understand my madness. Because it's a lot of shit that comes with me. It's a lot of shit that comes with me. But when you meeting somebody, you don't know that they got a whole suitcase or a whole luggage coming with them. And a lot of that is off of shit that they've been through in life. Bad experiences and bad relationships and trusting people and people hurting them. So you go, man, something wrong with you. What the hell is wrong with you, man? What happened to you in your last relationship? And some people, you know, you got to let them go and you just got to let them be because some of it becomes too much. But then you'll have to understand that they gave somebody else their trust and their heart and shit went left. It's just shit that happens, man. You know, it's a lot of luggage that you take on with people. Some of it I could deal with, and then some I go, look, we're going to have to let some of this luggage go because this is too much. I'm not dealing with all this. Either let this shit go or I got to let you go. Because one thing we have to do, right, is protect our space and our peace and always be aware of our surroundings. If you do those three, you should be perfectly fine. The word of the day is trust. You can use it how you want to use it. You cannot use it at all. You can continue to ignore it. But if something actually happens that you never saw happening, or if you hear something that you think that it wasn't possible to hear, and then you know you don't use trust, and you don't like it, or you don't really care about it, you just going with the flow, well, then you shouldn't be so surprised when you hear something or see something. No, she didn't say that about me. No, he didn't. No. Protect your space and your peace and be aware of your surroundings at all times. Most importantly, look out for yourself. Because there's going to be somebody out there that don't give a fuck about you. All the people you think that give a fuck about you, they can praise you every day. They can tell you you great, you this or that. Let y'all have a disagreement about something and all that shit goes out the window. Now you might say, nah, he just mad. He be all right. He be all right. That's my man. But then he going somewhere down the block talking hella shit about you. Oh, bum ass dude. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what we doing? Really? She done went and told the whole block you got roaches and mice in your house. Bitch, I didn't want nobody to know that. What are you doing? Tay Tay, my Long Island sister, what up? Why'd you, really? That's what we doing? You just went and told the whole block that my apartment is infested with roaches and mice. And here it is. You supposed to be helping me try to get my house to where it need to be. But this is what you want to go down the block and do? Why? Because I won't let you hang in my house every day and smoke weed? Yo, Ray, I ain't making this shit up. And I'm not talking about nobody. I'm talking about situations. This is serious. This is real life. How people will flip on you. If they ain't trying to screw somebody that you with, they trying to tell lies to make people stop being cool with you. We walk past everybody someday that we used to be like, yo, years ago, I used to be cool with him. I used to be cool with her. But what happened? Oh, they felt some kind of way because I said this and said that. And then they just went and told all these lies on me. Sometimes friendships are never friendships to begin with. Sometimes God just puts people around each other to put the situation to a test. Now, I know that sounds crazy, right? But that don't make no sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, exactly. Take away the support. But real people know exactly what I'm talking about. If real people have been in these situations, real people have tried to help people, they put their trust in them, they help them take care of their families. Hell, help them, hey, you got to go to work today and you ain't got enough time to take your child to school, I'll take them for you. The shit is crazy. Yeah, everybody will always experience, but a lot of times God brings people together for a reason. But that don't make somebody your best friend, your bestie. This my bitch. And she gonna show you just how much of a bitch she can be when you turn your back and she trying to screw your dude. Or she went and told your dude some lie because they're not together no more. Or your homeboy that you thought was your homeboy, he gonna do something goofy. He gonna tell your baby moms that you might be trying to reconnect with. Yo, he was up there talking to such and such. You know her. In apartment 3D. You know her. Everybody was trying to smash it, but he was coming out of her house or coming out of her building. You might have been coming out of her building, but that don't mean you was coming out of her apartment. This is the type of goofy shit that these lames do. That's why I say my best friend is my wife. Yeah, I got dudes I know in the streets. I got people I know. Don't get it twisted. But that's my best friend right there. I ain't got to worry about nothing when it comes to her. And I won't trade that best friend for nothing in the world compared to all the lames I called my best friend, and they showed me exactly what they were about. They were all for themselves, jealous of me when they shouldn't have been jealous of me because I didn't have much. Still don't have much today. But what I do have, I appreciate it, I evaluate it, and I'm going to protect my space and my peace. And if you dare think you're going to interfere with that, you can take your raggedy ass somewhere else. Um, you know what? Before I get off, seafood. I'm gonna send you the link because I. Okay, so we. All right, seafood. If you still in, you can look on your. You can look in your IG. Yeah, but that part of life, yeah, everybody will always experience stuff. Um, do you experience it and move on, or do you crash out? Because if you're able to experience it, move on, it's cool. It was just a double. Yeah, yeah, Jay, it's real. It's real. People think it's a game. It's not a game. People have been people have been knocked off the earth because of disloyal, for being disloyal. Not because, oh, you stepped on my sneakers, so I gotta take you out. It's been because of people being disloyal. People have been disloyal, man. Trust and loyalty are all supposed to be all in the same department. But if you're being disloyal, there's consequences and repercussion behind it, especially if you're in the streets. There's a big price to pay behind that. I don't care if you're gang related or if you're not gang related. There's a price to pay. I always try my best to stay out of harm's way. You got to watch everything and everybody. And it's not you being nervous, but you are being aware of your surroundings, being aware of everybody you're around, watching who you talk to, watch who you tell certain things. Can't tell everybody everything. But the people you know you could talk to, go ahead, talk to them. And if they good to you, be good to them. Don't ever go out your way because we all need somebody in this world we're gonna have to trust, right? And but the ones that we know we really can, or the ones we gotta hold on to, don't break that bond. Now you going to somebody else telling them why you don't fuck with them no more, thinking you can trust that person, and they done went and told some shit. Because in the black communities, lies and rumors spread like wildfire. I don't care if you live in the projects or not. You can live in a house where the damn front door is damn near halfway tore down. Don't even matter. We know drama, lies spread like wildfire. Next thing you know, the whole damn community, you go to the store, they talking about it. The gas station, the park, the block parties. Something that started out with me and you, the whole damn community know now. Why? Got to be careful with the word trust. And that's all I'm gonna say, y'all. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all Tuesday. Um, you're out there traveling, like I always say, Be safe. I don't want anybody rushing to where they gotta go. Take your time to where you gotta go. If you're late, man, just know that you could hurt somebody out there because you're trying to rush to get to where you're going. Too many people out here are passing away. They're being hit by cars, or the person who's driving the car loses their life. Let's be aware out here. Let's be safe. I'm going to always tell you, protect your space, your peace, and be aware of your surroundings. Love y'all. I'll be back at 6:05. Um, I wasn't 6:05 yesterday. That's okay. I had to eat, so I pushed it to 6:30. But I'll be back 6:05, and we'll talk some more. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know what it is. It's the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go.